Going all in on digital marketing for your business?
Struggling to gain traction or figure out where to begin?
Join me for professional insights into digital marketing and to get answers to real questions from real people about real issues related to promoting your business online. Social media, email marketing, newsletters, it can get overwhelming. As a digital marketing instructor for the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design and the owner of Headline Consultants, a digital marketing company here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you can count on me to explain it all in a way that's easy to understand and makes sense.
This is a Candy Factory Mini.
Getting Noticed
With Justin Quinn.
Hi, welcome to Getting Noticed. I'm your host, Justin Quinn. Every first and third Wednesday, I'll be talking to you about important topics related to digital marketing and providing you with practical tips on how to build your online presence in a way that helps expand your market and find new customers or clients. One of the questions I get asked most often from new clients and prospects is, where do we start? It's a big question, and it's one that deserves a straightforward and simple answer. You start with a digital marketing plan. So what is a digital marketing plan or strategy? How can it help my business? What does that actually mean? About 3 years ago, I read a book called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. I highly recommend it. This book isn't about the E in the electronic sense. In fact, the E actually stands for entrepreneur. The myth is that all you have to be is an entrepreneur to set up and run a successful business. The reality, though, business owners typically fall into one of three categories. They're either a technician, a manager, or an entrepreneur. The technician loves to do the work. The manager is the organizer and loves to make everything go. And the entrepreneur is the big picture person who loves bringing in new ideas and staying on top of business trends. Now, within these three personality types, most business owners tend to be technicians. They've taken their love for what they do and turned it into a business. When it fails, though, they often wonder how it all went wrong and why. They don't realize that all they need to be is three of them. They need to be the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneur. And a digital marketing strategy is your guidebook to making that happen. If you're like many business owners, you may have a website, but it's old and rarely updated. You may have social media accounts. You may even run ads or boost posts there, but you don't have time to monitor them, and you certainly don't have time to be super creative with them. In fact, you may not even sign into them all that often. So let's talk about how a digital marketing strategy can help with all of this. But first, you may think that social media is all you need to start marketing your business, but that's not true. Social media is not a marketing strategy. Like some of the things we'll discuss today, social media is just one of the tools in your marketing arsenal. In fact, you'd already know this if you took one of my classes at Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. The good news is, it's not too late to sign up. And you don't even have to be enrolled as a student at PCA&D to take one of my courses. That's the beauty of it. I teach classes that are open to the public, so there's no reason to wait. Check out the link in the description below to learn more and get registered for your next class today. Okay. So a digital marketing strategy doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the best ones aren't. They're fairly simple and straightforward. They usually include a set of clear and definable goals, a focused and realistic marketing schedule, and a list of marketing duties that the entire team can buy into and execute. And that's basically it. There's a little more to it, of course, but this is generally what's involved. By setting goals and following a schedule, you can build a solid digital presence over time. Then you can start allocating some of the marketing responsibilities to your team, so everyone gets involved and everything gets done. By following a plan, you'll be more motivated to stick to it, and by recruiting help, you'll make sure nothing falls through the cracks. Simple, right? Well, not so fast. Before you start working down the list, you first need to do some self-reflection so you can assess where you are in your marketing journey. After all, you can't follow a roadmap if you're not sure where you are to begin with. The first step toward self-assessment is asking yourself a couple of important questions. I'll give you the list, but without going deep into each one individually, they essentially boil down to clearly identifying your brand and articulating its identity. This is called, what else? A brand identity. It's the personality of your business. So here's some of the questions you'll want to ask yourself. What makes your brand your brand? What is it about you or your business that's unique? What type of tone and voice do you want to use to communicate with your audience? Casual? Formal? Hippie? Speaking of communication, what's your core message? What kind of business are you anyway? The answers to these questions will form the foundation of your digital marketing strategy. Without them, you won't know what you want your marketing to achieve. Now, remember just a second ago how I mentioned audience? Well, you've looked inward. Now it's time to look outward. You need to know who you're marketing to. If your first thought is, I don't care, I just want customers, you're doing it wrong. You can't market to everybody because not everybody is going to want your product or services. And if you market to the wrong people or everybody, you're going to wind up wasting a lot of money and a lot of precious time. So now you need to ask yourself some important questions about your audience. Think about their age, their gender, their location. Then think about their interests and behaviors, their attitudes and opinions. Finally, identify where you can meet them. I often talk to marketers about needing to meet audiences where they are. Where in the digital divide are your audiences? Figuring this out will help you determine what types of digital marketing you need. Are they active on social media? Are there publications or content they regularly consume? What would they type into a search engine to find your business? Got the answers? Great. It's time to start goal setting. What do you want your marketing to achieve? And you can't say boosting sales. That's cheating. Every brand wants that. So dig deeper. What do you need to boost sales? Do you need to raise your awareness about your brand? Do you need to build an audience? Find a new market? Also, make sure your goals are SMART. This is a mnemonic device that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. You want to make sure your goals aren't so lofty that you'll give up, and you want to be able to monitor your progress so you can pivot when necessary. You want to make sure that they are tied to a specific business outcome and that you can get them done in a specific period of time. Once you've mapped out your goals, you should start to see a big picture emerge. Now it's time to pick your channels. But first, did you know that the Candy Factory Collective offers a variety of compelling live streams which are all recorded and posted on the Candy Factory Collective website for posterity? It's true. Best of all, they offer a wide variety of topics from the experts at the Candy Factory. So visit candyfactorycollective.com and check out the awesome shows. It's a great way to lose a couple of hours. Okay. So when it comes to picking your channels, the first and most important place to start is your website. This is your kingdom online. Your site should be a clear reflection of what you are as a company and what you want your company to become. The colors, the fonts, the logo you use, these are all important, but the most important aspect of your site should be the user experience. People should be able to very easily do what they came to your website to do. Read a blog, learn more about your company, fill out a form. Most websites these days are responsive, meaning they look good regardless of the device they're viewed on. Your site also needs to be fast and chock full of keywords. We'll talk about keyword research in a future episode, but for now, just make sure your website has all the search terms you think people are using to find you. Oh, and one last tip on your website. Build it for where you want to be in 2 years, not for where you are now. Not only will your website be a source of inspiration for you to get there, it'll also convey your vision to your website visitors. Now, one of the most important parts about your website is your blog. So many brands overlook this, and I can't understand why. Think about it. The more content you put on your website through blogs, the wider the table of content becomes for Google to search it. At some point, Google is going to notice that you're providing a lot of cool content for your industry, and it's going to start promoting or ranking your content above others. Not only is your website important for Google search, it's also important as a destination for social media. Everybody thinks, I'll just set up a Facebook page and I'll be in business. The sad reality is that you have to have something to share on Facebook, on any social platform, really. And that comes back to content. Blogs are a great way to feed your social media audiences, get engagement, drive traffic, and thus build brand awareness. And who knows, maybe even sales. When it comes to social media, however, only you know which platform will be right for you. I break it down like this. Facebook is for everyone. There are 2 billion consumers on there, with more coming every single day. So you need to have a presence there whether you like it or not. LinkedIn is good if you're a business-to-business organization. If you've got products, Instagram is a great place to show them off and reach younger audiences. Twitter? Well, Twitter is Twitter. It doesn't deliver much in the way of ROI for most brands, so many organizations simply have a presence there but aren't really looking to spend valuable resources there. There are literally dozens and dozens of niche platforms too. Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, the list goes on and on. The point is, find the platforms that make sense for you and set up shop there. Next up is email marketing. I'm a MailChimp guy, but there's also Constant Contact and a few other email blast platforms. And listen, don't discount email. The ROI on email is actually staggering. At one point, I saw a stat that said the ROI on email is 4,400%. That means you get back $44 for every dollar you put into it. And it makes sense. Think about it. The best source of new business is existing business. And chances are you have the emails of your current and past customers or clients. So it's a great start. You'll need to put some thought into each of your email blasts, of course. And you'll need to come up with a schedule of when you want to send them. Once a month, twice a month, once a quarter, once a week. What's too often? What's not enough? My rule of thumb is you want to send emails or newsletters just often enough that you stay top of mind, but not so often that people start to ignore you or unsubscribe. Unsubscribe is the death knell for email. But what do you put in your emails? Maybe you're running a special. If so, let your subscribers know. Maybe you have a new product or service you want to feature. Maybe you have some words of wisdom that you want to share so you can keep your subscribers in that secret loop. Here's a tip. If you make your emails more resource-oriented than revenue-focused, people will find more value in them and be more inclined to read them. That keeps you top of mind. They may not be ready to buy right now, but when they are, your organization is going to be the one they seek out because you've already established yourself as an authority in their inbox and their minds. So congratulations. You've just mapped out the first part of your digital marketing strategy. Now, you need to develop a schedule, assign tasks, and set deadlines. What I do is try to make the website the hub for the entire program. Blogs use internal links to move people to an endpoint designed to get them to take some sort of an action, like filling out a form or making a phone call. Blogs also get pushed to social platforms and are included in your email blasts. The more time people spend on your site, the more likely they are to become customers. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. It's a mini. But don't worry, we've got a lot more to cover in the weeks to come. Things like social media strategies, best practices for ads, finding the right tools, keyword research, and so much more. So good luck getting started, and I'll see you right here next time. Ciao for now. Getting Noticed is part of the Candy Factory mini-series and is a proud member of the Candy Factory Collective. You can find the show streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and LinkedIn, and you can subscribe to the audio version anywhere you get your podcasts.
You can check out Justin's classes at Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. That's PCA&D.edu. And learn more about Headline Consultants at headlineconsultants.com.
Getting Noticed is produced by the Candy Factory Collective at the Candy Factory Coworking Campus in Lancaster, PA. The show is produced by Jason Mundok with production support by Anna Tran. Administrative support by Ann Kirby, Arianna Henderson, and Krisha Martzall. Notes and links can be found on the show post at our website, candyfactorycollective.com.
Candy Factory.
Collective.